No. No, 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 no. Yes. Guys, welcome back to my channel. So, I'm filming. So, I held a little bit of like a poll or a vote on Instagram asking you guys what you wanted. So, you guys voted between Morphe and Huda, and you guys chose Huda. I never know if I say that right. Like, is it Huda? Or is it Huda? I'm not too sure. But anyway, you guys voted for Huda, whatever. So I'm going to be doing that. And I also asked you guys if you wanted natural or dramatic. I really wanted to do natural just because of my skin. But you guys wanted dramatic, and it's all about giving people what they want. So I'm going to do a dramatic look today. And you guys also wanted a talk through, not a voiceover, so I'm going to do a talk through. Anyway, let's get started. I have no idea what I'm going to do, so we'll just play it by ear. Let's do something purple. Do you think? Purple or like gold? Definitely thinking purple. I want to use this shade here. So as always, I like to start off with my eyebrows just because it frames the face, get you ready for the makeup look. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pomade in the shade Soft Brown, and to apply that I'm going to use the ABH 7B eyebrow brush as well. That's a little bit out of control, so bear with me. So now that my slugs are on, I'm going to carve. I'm going to carve them out with the MAC Pro Longwear concealer. You got me down again. Believe it or not, I do have a little bit of a tan, so instead of setting that with like a white translucent powder, because the concealer itself is actually too light for me at the moment, I'm going to set it with my face powder. So that is the NYX Stay Matte Not Flat Fresh Powder, foundation powder, and it's in the shade Nude Diaphane. Let's just say nude. So I'm going to set my eyelids with the Morphe E20 brush. It just makes it a tiny little bit darker. Okay, so we have one eye done. Obviously we don't have lashes on yet, but it's kind of just like, I don't really know how to describe it. It's purple. Yeah, it's just fun. I don't really know what to call it. I'll have to think of something later. It's just like a purple look. Not really a cut crease, but we do have a purple liner in the crease, which I'm kind of a little bit annoyed that I use, just because the purple liner that I used is actually quite old, and it's a bit dried out, so it was really hard to do. I initially just wanted like a thin line, but it sort of turned out a little bit thicker than intended, but whatever. We'll just roll with it. I'll go ahead and do the other eye on camera for you guys. I started out with the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions palette, and I took this shade here, ran that through my crease, I took the Desert Dusk palette, took this shade here, also ran that through my crease, so like just mixing the shades together. Really? Then I dipped back into the Mauve Obsessions palette, and I took the shade down the bottom here just to deepen it up. Once we have that down, I'm going to clean up the lid space with some concealer. shimmery purple shade, which is called Twilight, and just set all of that down. Oh my god! It's okay, we're safe, we're safe. I'm literally dropping everything today. What is my life? It's not like a super opaque colour, but that's okay. One of the NYX Vivid Bright liners. Basically just going to go over the top of the concealer line with this. Try to. I'm going to use 2 liners to create my wing, and that's purely because, as you guys know, I have eczema, and I get eczema on the inner, well, all over my eyelids, but it's worse on the inner corners of my eyelids. So so because of that, I have like cracked skin. That sounds so gross. Cracked skin there, and what happens is throughout the day that area actually eats my makeup because they water. It's actually really hard for me to wear eyelashes at the moment. So whenever I try to put liquid liner on that area, it like runs, and it's just a mess. It looks gross. So for any of you guys that actually have eczema around your eye area, it honestly is a really good trick to use a gel or waterproof eyeliner in the inner corner of your eyes, and then if you are not comfortable with using gel for a wing like myself, then you can finish off the rest of the liner with a liquid. So for the inner corner of my eye, I'm going to use the Morphe gel liner. It's just black. I'm just going to go ahead and create my wing. Wish me luck. Now just for a little bit of a pop into the centre of the lid, I'm going to take another dried up eyeliner, and this is the NYX Glam liner, and the colour is Glam Pink. Okay, so I'm going to put some eyelashes on, and I'm going to do that off camera, but I will show you what style I am using. On, and these ones are my own brand, so Lash, and this style is the Tilly Lash. So they're just really wispy. On my face, I am just using the NYX Stay Matte Not Flat foundation, and my shade is Nude Diaphany. Just nude. Pop this on with my Morphe E31 brush. This is my current favourite foundation. I really like the finish. I really like the coverage. It's definitely a medium to full coverage. It can be built up, and it doesn't go super cakey either. It does oxidize throughout the day, but name me a foundation that doesn't. So for under my eyes, I'm going to take again the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. Set under my eyes, I'm going to use the NYX HD setting powder. The rest of my face, I use the same powder that I use to set my eyelids, so the NYX Stay Matte Not Flat setting powder. My under eyes do look a little bit dry today, and that is because of my eczema. I can't really do anything about it. It always sort of looks cakey under there when I put makeup on, but you know, whatever. I'm going to do my lower lash line, so we'll finish off the eyeshadow. So for that, I'm just going to take a mixture of what we used on our top lid, so this shade from the Mauve Obsessions and that purple shade from the Desert Dusk palette. So to contour my shiz, Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette, go to, and I like to use just a big old bronzer brush because I find the bigger the brush, the less of the harsh lines that you get. I used to use this one. They're all filthy, sorry. I used to use the Napoleon Chisel blush brush just because it's smaller. So I do recommend these as a beginner just because you have a little bit of more like control over where you're placing the product. But I just, at the moment, I'm not really into like the harsh lines. I'm really into the more like blown out bronzed look instead of like harsh line contour. Do you know what I mean? And I just chuck it on. So first I'll do my forehead, and sometimes, nearly all the time, I screw this up and I end up looking either really bruised or sunburned, but that's fine. So I just really prefer that blown out look. It's almost like bronzing and contouring all in one. So for blush, I'm actually going to take the Bobbi Brown Nude Peach blush. This is just a Zoeva cheek brush. I like this blush because it basically glows. It basically goes with like any makeup look ever, and it is pretty sheer as well because I'm not a blush kind of person. I'm going to use the Huda, what the fuck ever. I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Winter Highlight Palette. So I'm going to take Arctic Glow, which is this one here. So it's a bit more of like a purpley blue duochrome iridescent kind of highlight. It is really pretty. You guys can decide for yourself if you think it's wearable. This is my all-time favourite highlight brush. It's also filthy, and it is the Morphe M510. Obviously, these highlights are not as wearable as what like a champagne or like a gold highlight would be, but it's always fun to just switch things up, try something new. I'm going to just touch a little bit of that on my nose because I don't want to have a purple nose. So I think let's keep it nude, just because we have a lot going on with the purple, blue highlight and the eyes. This is like a lot. Just line my lips with the this lip liner. And this is actually my favourite lip liner, and it is in the shade Strip. Go in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Pure Hollywood. Our look is, oh my god, my hair is complete. So I will skip to some posing. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, learned something from it, learned how to not drop your shit all the time. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. I hope you like it. I hope it's dramatic enough. I hope I fit the quota, what you wanted. If you guys want to recreate this makeup look, then please tag me in your photos on Instagram because I would really love to see, and maybe even like repost some of you guys. Sebastian, my little baby, has gone and started school. I'm actually going to be dedicating, I say this all the fucking time, but I feel like I mean it this time, but don't hold me to it. I'm going to be dedicating my time to YouTube. Any comments down below of what you would like to see next, or if you have any questions on the makeup look or to ask me, and I will leave all of my other socials in the description box down below, and also a link to where you can get some lashes. And I will I don't know. See you guys in my next video. Bye.